Many Indians who had sympathy for Ukrainians in the ongoing Russia-Ukraine conflict were deeply disturbed and hurt when a distorted image of the Hindu goddess Maa Kaali was shared by the official page of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine on Twitter. Here, it is important to remember two things. One, Hindus don't only live in India. There are Hindus in Ukraine too who are of Indian and non-Indian origin. And second, Ukraine didn't just offend millions of Hindus living in India, but as an overwhelmingly Orthodox Christian nation, this derogatory tweet mocking the Hindu goddess was like a slap in the faces of the people of the tiny Hindu community of Ukraine. It was a sensitive matter, and Hindus in Ukraine and in India were deeply hurt. Many Hindus in India were outraged and expressed their anger on social media. Following that, Ukraine's first Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs, Aminat Zepper, tweeted, "We regret the official page of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine, depicting Hindu goddess Kali in a distorted manner. Ukraine and its people respect unique Indian culture and highly appreciate India's support. The depiction has already been removed. Ukraine is determined to further increase cooperation in spirit of mutual respect and friendship." But here it is important to understand why it is that in many parts of Europe and America, Hindus who are minority are regularly targeted and their religious figures are often mocked and abused. After all, Europe and America present themselves as the champions of inclusivity and pluralism. I got in touch with Oleg Turhavo, the head of the Ukraine-India Association, to understand his views on this Kaali Maa meme controversy. So this is the message that Oleg Turhavo sent to us. When a picture of Maa Kaali appeared on social media, many Hindus were offended by it. We understand who Maa Kaali is, her high position and power, and how unacceptable it is to use her image in any propaganda and political humor. Via a Facebook message, he told us that in Ukraine, protests took place in social networks and individual communication. Many Indian citizens living in Ukraine and local Hindus made posts on their social media condemning such publications, and according to him, some have sent official letters to the Ministry of Defense to protest and explain the position of Kaali Maa. But how about the non-Hindus in Ukraine? How can they tolerate such an insult to Hindus in their country? Regarding that, Oleg mentioned that for most citizens of Ukraine, Mother Kali is a character of Indian mythology and not a real goddess. He adds, "We don't have Hinduphobia in Ukraine. Ukraine was the most favorable country in Europe for practicing Hinduism before the war has started. There were no prohibitions or restrictions on gatherings, preaching or organizing Hindu festivals. Huge Veda Life Festival took place in Kyiv every year before the war, where tens of thousands of people gathered. Ukraine-India Association is located in the very center of the capital, next to the country's main security service. We hold most of the holidays like Janmashtami, Mahashivratri, Navratri and others there, and we have never encountered any problems. Most people relate to Hindu culture very well, having close ties with India since communist times. Sometimes disagreements with Orthodox Christians can take place, but even in these rare cases, there is no place for aggression or violence." For many Indians, it is quite strange that on the one hand, Ukraine criticizes India when it comes to creating international pressure against Russia, and then on the other hand, the official page of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine mocks the Hindu goddess, while the officials from Ukraine are often seen requesting or asking India to send more aid and help. For many Hindus, just a tweet from Aminat Zepper is not enough. They expect a proper apology and a proper explanation from the same Twitter handle that published the distorted image of Maa Kaali. They also expect punishment or proper disciplinary action against the person or individuals who published or created the image so that this type of incident is never repeated again. But will the Ministry of Defense of this overwhelmingly Orthodox Christian nation do that? See you again.